Welcome back to the world of classic video games. And I'm your host, the Classic Video Gamer. Yay! Well, if you watched my last video where I unboxed Gunlord for the Dreamcast, I mentioned that I would have another item to actually unbox. Well, the item finally arrived today. Yay! But between the time I filmed that previous video to this one, I was actually able to acquire 4 games at a local thrift shop. And I was actually surprised to find these because I shop at this store all the time and I have never seen games for the system there before. So apparently I got lucky. I just couldn't believe it when I saw them sitting there. I had to actually do a double take. I'm like, wow, you kidding me? Am I seeing things? Am I hallucinating? You know, was something in that Diet Pepsi I drank? But anyway, here's the bag. They just, give you a bunch of random bags. I mean, it's no, it's really no secret that I'm a big fan of Sega console systems. I mean, I have a special place in my heart for all classic game systems. Whether it be the 8-bit NES, the Super Nintendo, and whatnot. But I do love Sega consoles, so I'm sure this is going to give you an idea of what these are for. But when I found these, I was completely blown away. Now, some of these games I wanted as a young child, but could never find them. They were always sold out. And some of them, I believe, were actually released in limited quantities. So every time I would beg my father to take me and my allowance to Toys R Us or Electronics Boutique back in the day, they would have a display, an empty cartridge case up on the shelves, but they would never have the game. Sorry, come back next week, we'll hold on to one, because we were friends with some of the people that worked at Electronics Boutique. They said they'd hold on to one if one came in. So I'd basically call them all every week. Did it come in? No. Well, anyway, pull these out here. Well, let's see. And some of these I have never played. This here is actually a conversion, or should I say a port, of an arcade classic. I love this game. I actually played this on the Commodore Amiga and I wasn't too impressed. Even though graphically it looked like the coin-op, I just felt it didn't. The way it played, just, I don't know, the mechanics, the joystick, the controls were kind of muddy. And it just didn't feel like the original. But this right here, and I did pay I paid about $5 a piece for these. So somebody up at the thrift store had an idea of what these were. Or maybe they just figured since they were older or something, I don't know. But at these type of stores you can't haggle, so to speak. So, and I figured, what the heck, I've been looking for these games and they sell for about, I guess, last time I checked, they're about 10 or 15, even without their boxes on eBay. So, the first game, the one I just discussed, is Rostan. These do not have their boxes or manuals, but hey, I don't care. Later on, I'll try to hunt down the boxes and manuals on eBay if the price is right. Yeah, the price is right. True carry. Yeah. I haven't tried them out yet, though. This one here, I remember this one receiving mixed reviews in magazines like Electronic Gaming Monthly and GamePro. It's set in the future. It's more or less a run and gun game, but I haven't played this one. I didn't do a lot of research on these because I just got them the other day. Usually I'm more well informed on the games I'm buying, or it's something I've already played, so I can give a better introduction or better clues. I apologize for that, guys and gals. But this one here is Cyborg Hunter, and there's that nasty price sticker that I'll have to remove later. I mean, you can tell these were used. Somebody loved them at one time in the past. I mean, you can see the whitening of the labels, but overall they're all in great shape. I mean, they weren't beaten to death, so I would assume that somebody much older owned these at one time and then just decided to donate them to that thrift store. This one here, I couldn't find a video of it on YouTube last night. And a buddy of mine's like, well, just download the ROMs and check them out. But I'm not really big on emulators. So this one here, I have no idea what it's about yet. And maybe you guys can tell me. Post in the comments. Tell me if it's good or bad. Aztec Adventure. And this one here, the label's a bit beaten up, but that's okay. Again, they were all $4.95. Yeah, $4.95. And still, even though the connectors don't look dirty, I'm still going to clean them up. I'm like that. I'm basically anyone that cares about their equipment is. I don't know how long these may have been sitting up back in that store's warehouse. There could be a lot of dust and grime. This one here, I didn't own this, but a buddy of mine did when we were kids, and it was actually kind of cute. It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up, and I believe it's kind of rare in the fact that I don't believe a lot of copies were released, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I wanted a copy of this and could never find it, but somehow his parents were able to get it for him. And I remember asking him, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, thanks a lot, you're reliable. But the game is Quartet. I was able to find a video of this. I think there were 1 or 2 on YouTube. And again, the condition's great. Overall, I'll get some alcohol, dilute it in some water, get some Q-tips. I can rub those off pretty easily. So, those are the thrift store finds. Now, the moment of truth. The moment we've all been waiting for, right? Well, at least what I've been waiting for. This product came all the way from France. Post-export, it says. Only 500 of these were created. And it's a new product. It's based on a prototype game. And it's not it's not a release of a prototype, so it's not like I purchased an unfinished game. Some company named NCI, and if you don't know the acronym of the company, I won't say the full name because I'll probably give it away. But they have purchased a large sum of unfinished protos, and basically on top of purchasing the protos, they bought the codes and the documentation, and they basically finished the game and then they released them. So I'm excited. This game just came out. It's also available for 2 other platforms. It basically involves 2 characters that can pick items up, little creatures, and toss them around. It's for a console system that had a fairly short life because let's put it this way, even though it's a favorite company of mine, they were pretty stupid when they released the console system in America. Now, I'm sure this is going to give it away, but instead of releasing the double-speed version of the system here in America, they've decided to release the single-speed version. Stupid. Anyways, let's get this thing open. Oh, yeah. Post-export Monday. I can't speak French, guys, so laugh at me if you want. Okay. Keep this in view so you guys can watch me cut this bad boy open. And I mentioned in my last video that I will be attempting to do some video game reviews. That is true. Right now I'm trying to save up to purchase the proper software because I want to do a video game review of Gunlord and of this. So I'm going to attempt it. I've never done anything like that before. So as soon as I can, I will. The software I'm looking at is not exactly cheap. I've been trying to save up for it for quite a while. So we'll see. You know how it goes. Bills and everything come first. So anyway, surviving comes first. All right, boop. When it comes, brand new, by the way. This is brand new. This is not used. May have quite a few other games coming too, and I'm sure you've already figured out who the company may be or what system it's for. But just like NG Dev Team, they have basically revived this a classic system with the releases. It's sealed. It's an unreleased, or was an unreleased, Visco Proto. And like I said, they purchased the Proto, the additional code, graphics, everything they needed to finish the game. And of course, after finishing it, they released it. And it is, see that? Bang Bang Busters for the Neo-Geo CD. They've already released an MVS version of this. And I believe an AES version. The home cartridge system is coming soon. I'm excited. Now, according to Neo Conceptual International, they are going to finish coding and then release Andro Dunos for the Neo Geo CD, a game that was supposed to come to the CD system but was canned by SNK. And they have also acquired the rights, the code, and everything for Warlocks of the Faith, which was a fighting game that was never released, and they're going to finish programming it. They're going to complete the game, and then they're going to release it for the MVS, the AES, and the CD system. So I cannot wait. I mean, it's a great time to be a classic gamer. I mean, we're getting new releases in 2012. So, and on top of that, we have NG Dev Team, who's writing the new software. And even though this is new, I mean, these guys are taking older games that were canned, so to speak, and they're finishing them, and they're releasing them, and then we have NG Dev Team with their game. I mean, it's a great time to be a classic gamer. Alright, I mean, this comes with its own spine card and everything. I mean, it looks like an official Neo Geo CD release. I mean, this doesn't look like it was done with a cheap laser printer or anything. I'm excited. I gotta get into this. I just want to scratch the case. I mean, you know me, I'm a collector, but a gamer first, so I will play the game. You know, see if we can just cut the little plastic off the edge without damaging anything. There we go. I was really worried about damaging the sleeve. You know, I believe in keeping everything I own in pristine condition. If it's used and it comes in the condition it comes in, then it stays in that condition. If I can find a way to clean it up and make it look better, then I will. But, oh wow, look at this. It's been a long time since I purchased a brand new release and opened up a package. I mean, it doesn't, you know, I know this sounds crazy, but I know a lot of you will understand this. Back in the day, there were some games that you would buy. You can, like this, when you'd open up a Sega Genesis cartridge, you can like smell the ink from the manuals. Like with Neo Geo CD games, you would open up the shrink wrap, and there was a certain smell that the spine cards would have, and it doesn't have that smell. And I would assume it was the ink they used back then. So apparently they're using a different style ink. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, hey, classic gamers aren't crazy. We have to be to continue to support these systems, I suppose, or, well, that's what I hear from people who think there are people on YouTube who make really rude comments about us, saying that we're crazy for even buying this stuff, you know, that we should get with the times. Well, I have the current, you know, I have access to the current systems. You know, what's wrong with loving classic video games? I mean, this is from our childhood. Alright, so enough of staring at that and listening to me ramble. Let's open this up. Oh, yeah. 1 second, the disc is upside down. Oop. I hope you guys didn't hear that, but I went to go remove the disc and it slid right out of the case. I thought for a second there I scratched the disc. I was gonna cry. I was like, no. But look at that. Professionally printed, and yeah, I noticed that this part is upside down. From what I understand, this manual has an English and Japanese section, so I guess that was one way to save on money instead of printing 2 separate booklets. So I can just get that out of there. All right, let's take a peek. Okay, here's the English manual. Bang Bang Busters, and it's black and white like all the manuals were. There we go. Trying to keep that perfectly centered. It's a real pain with this stupid camera sometimes. Look at that. I can't look. As soon as I'm done filming this, I'm hooking up my Neo-Geo CD. And of course, flip it around. And let's see here, 1 second. There we go. And now you flip it around. And I got the Japanese section of the manual. Awesome. So, these are my purchases for the month, I would say, because I won't be getting anything for a little while. Alright, guys. You guys can look forward to some reviews from me. I may do some quick video game footage of both Gunlord and this to whet everyone's appetite until then. So, alright, guys. You have yourselves a great weekend. The weekend's coming up. Stay cool because it's been hot. And, well, game on. I know I will.